Hello, I am Juan Cabrera, and I am a horticultural field specialist for the University of Missouri Extension. Today, I'm going to show you the resources that the University of Missouri Extension has prepared so you can safely reopen your farms while minimizing the risk of exposure to COVID-19. The University of Missouri Extension has a website with information related to COVID-19. You will find resources that will help you, your family, your business, your community, and your farm to cope and respond to COVID-19. Use the following link to access the website. It is important that you establish protocols to keep you, your workers, clients, and suppliers safe. Also, these protocols are important tools that we have to curtail the spread of COVID-19. Make sure that you communicate these new changes to everyone involved with your farm. To safely reopen your farm, you have to make sure that you are able to establish protocols that facilitate and encourage social and physical distancing, such as scheduled visits, physical barriers, or reduced capacities in your buildings. And to be able to implement a system in which you can monitor your employees' health. This is important to identify people that may not feel sick, but they're running a fever. And if something like that happens, you can send them home. You have to make sure that your workers are implementing good hygiene practices. That means that you have to train them in good practices and provide them with abundant hygiene supplies like hand washing station. Schedule breaks for sanitation and disinfection of frequently touched surfaces. Lastly, you have to limit your clients' interactions with your product. For example, if you have a farm stand, make sure that you have someone touching the produce instead of the clients touching the produce that they may not buy. Now, let's look at some guidelines that will help you establish these protocols and be ready to operate in this new normal environment. Keep in mind that this information is based on scientific facts and state and national guidelines. Let's begin with the farmers market. Now that you're in harvest season, you may be ready to go out there and sell your products at the farmers market. The first thing that you have to understand is that there's no scientific evidence that outbreaks of COVID-19 have been related to food or food surfaces or the packaging of foods. However, it is possible that someone is sick, touches the surfaces of the food, and then these can become a source of contamination. Make sure that you're not feeling sick. If you're feeling sick, please stay at home and don't go to the farmer's market. Designate one person to handle money and another person to bag the produce. Do not offer free samples. Only display and sell whole uncut produce. Sanitize and wash your hands before and after each transaction. Clean tables, products, and signs that will be on display, and disinfect all frequently touched surfaces. Do not reuse online boxes to transport produce. Use a disposable plastic liner or a plastic case that can be washed and sanitized. Sanitize or wash your hands after using the restroom, coughing, or sneezing or smoking. Avoid physical contact with the customers. Remember to maintain social distancing. Minimize cash transactions, include VSO. And think of ways that you can sell produce to customers without lengthy face-to-face interactions like curbside pickup or online stores or deliveries. Let's move on with fresh produce sales. Let's say you have a farm stand. What can you do to adapt yourself to this new normal? You have to consider that many people will be afraid of going out and purchasing things from you. That means that you have to adapt yourself or your business operation to challenges in these changing times and in this new normal. You have to communicate with your customers about the availability of produce that you have and the different ways that you can have that produce reach them. You can implement web-based marketing and sales platforms. Social media is a big one. And you can reach out to traditional and non-traditional produce sellers in your community. Who knows what you might find. Sell bundle items, free price boxes, offer home delivery, set up a satellite location that you can drop off your produce so people can pick it up or curbside pickups. Or you can preserve the harvest for value-added products. Keep in mind that there's additional regulations that you need to follow when you do value-added products. Bottom line, again, and I'm going to repeat this many times, do not harvest, package, or sell any produce if you or any of your workers has recently been ill. Moving on to UPIC operations. This is a big one because these depend on people coming into your farms. Do not be afraid. There are ways that you can still manage to have a successful harvest season with UPIC operations. The first thing that you must do is make sure that you are connected with your customer and you are able to communicate with them the new protocols and practices. And letting them know that you are open and that you're taking every possible step to make sure that they're safe when they come to your farm. You have to make sure that you have everyone wash their hands when entering the farm and before leaving the farm. That means that you have to have a hand washing station. Again, clean and sanitize any frequently touched surface, such as the picking materials that you give your customers. Again, if you're sick or any of your workers is feeling sick, do not open. Wear gloves when handling payment. Make sure that you remind your clients that the CDC recommends wearing cloth face coverings or non-surgical masks in public. Display signs to reinforce social distancing and CDC guidelines. And finally, with nursery and garden centers, you have to keep in mind that you need to protect your clients and yourself and your coworkers. If you or any of your workers are sick, stay home. Do not come. Wear a mask and use social distancing when talking or working with others. Sanitize commonly touched surfaces. Practice zero contact transactions. Do not do handshakes. Remember, wash your hands frequently, especially before and after eating, drinking, smoking, using the restroom, handling equipment or tools, even if you touch the patio furniture from one of your clients or commonly touched surface. Remember that cloth and leather gloves do not provide protections against transmission from the virus, but they may be worn as necessary to protect your hands from physical damage. Remember to wash the gloves daily in soapy water. Whenever possible, use food-operated trash cans or remove the lids from trash cans so that your customers and you can dispose the trash without touching any surfaces. And remember, keep at least a 6 feet distance between you and others. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to your regional horticulture specialist. In this slide, you will see the different regions in Missouri and where you can find the different horticulture specialists with their emails. Thank you and have a good day.